Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mr. Anchor back with you for another quick episode of the Mr. Anchor Show. I know I just did an episode earlier today, but I wanted to get out another episode due to kind of non-controversial. Well, it's kind of going to be controversial, but then again, in today's times and standards, what isn't controversial? I mean, come on, think about it. You can mention anything right now. I can mention, oh, I got Red Bull. Red Bull is bad for you, and anything can be controversial, but whatever. My daughter's having a little bit of a bully issue at school, and she told the teachers and the principal what's going on. The principal told her and said, hey, just ignore it. Basically what me and her mother have been telling her from the beginning, just ignore it. People want to talk smack just to see if they can get a reaction. You got to learn not to fall for that, not to react to it. People can say whatever they want to say about you. Freedoms guarantee them that right. Freedoms guarantee them right. For somebody to go in the comment section here below in this video and go and call me everything but a decent human being, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, you can think whatever about me that you want to, but ultimately it is up to me whether or not I engage and decide to escalate the situation into a further situation, into a more hostile situation. It comes to a point like, I make comments all the time on Facebook and people just want to sit there and hit the reply button and just want to start arguing. Most of the times anymore, I just block them, I ignore them, or something of that nature, because it's getting to the point where, you make a comment anytime you got to defend yourself from everybody who has the opposite view, and you're constantly on guard, and you're constantly just arguing back and forth, and you want to argue with people who, no matter what you say, no matter what facts you put in front of them, no matter what, will claim that you are wrong. I mean, that's just the way of the world, so I just don't deal with it. I just ignore them. I mean, I'm the type of person, hey, talk smack about me all you want to. If you want conflict, let's meet up face to face. You're going to swing first, because I'm not going to do that. My views and my beliefs are just that. I believe in my views and my beliefs, and I'm not going to swing first because of my views and my beliefs. There's probably a few situations like, if I catch somebody molesting a child, yeah, I'm going to swing first, and there's not going to be no daggone problem. I won't lose sleep at all, no matter what I do to the individual, because I could care less. As far as I'm concerned, a pedophile deserves an ass whooping, and I could care less what society thinks. I may go to jail for a little bit for assault and battery, or for attempted murder or whatever, but hey, at least I taught a pedophile a lesson. I don't care if I catch somebody in an act of that. Yeah, I definitely want to swing first, but that's in defending somebody else. I mean, you can swing first when it comes to defending somebody else, but you're defending somebody else from actual physicality, physical harm. You can't just go in and start swinging on somebody who's talking smack to somebody else because you don't like what they're saying to somebody else, because then you will be guilty of assault. But if somebody's attacking somebody else physically, and you intervene and jump in, you can get off with, you were defending somebody. You could get off, hopefully, with that in the court of law. But unfortunately, people these days get so hot-headed and they just want to just fight automatically, and that's fine by me. I mean, if you want to fight, come up. You're going to sling first punch, because my personal belief is my views and my beliefs are not. I will never cause violence and destroy property or cause loss of property or property damage or anything because of my beliefs and my structure. I feel that you should at least have the same courtesy. I refuse to cross that line to think that my beliefs are worth, killing over or causing physical harm or destroying property over. But some people do, and if you want that, I'm stronger than that. I will not strike first, but I will be more than happy to finish what somebody else started. That's a philosophy that I've always lived my life on. But anyways, my daughter, she's going through this little bullying situation, and it's kind of ridiculous in a way, because the school system is. I hold the school system to blame, and this is kind of a new bullying situation that I don't know how to necessarily handle. I mean, I'm even thinking of pulling my daughter out of that school and transferring someplace else because my daughter was sexually assaulted. Uh, there's video of it on the school bus where she was held down and another guy's just forcibly felt her up. So, even with video evidence, this same kid is allowed to walk the halls with her and allowed to go in the same school with her. And he's still there to this day and can antagonize her at any point and spread all the rumors and gossip that they want about her inside of that school, causing everybody else to turn against her. And I hold the school responsible for this daggone bullying behavior because they're allowing this to happen by allowing somebody who, with video evidence, is proven to be a sexual assault and has proven to do sexual assault against people. Why is that person allowed in the school? Why is this person allowed to run around and create rumors and stuff like that about her? And then picking up on the recent tragedy of her cousins or the death, Nicole Lovell, she got killed. People are kids are picking on her about that, saying details about Nicole Lovell's case are coming out, saying well she was on this site, that site, this site, making Nicole Lovell sound like she was a you know I hate to say it, my niece was a 13-year-old. I don't want to say the word, but then again, I don't know how else to describe it. A 13-year-old that I'm trying to think of a politically nice word because this is my niece, I'm talking about. So I'm trying not to. It's kind of hard to describe it, and that what is the word to describe somebody, but in other words, she was 13 years old, allowed to do whatever she wanted to, and was sexually active. Let's put it that way. She was a sexually active 13-year-old. Parent, this is a hot news topic around this area. Every time there's a court case, news gets published and stuff like that, which I don't blame the kids for them picking on my daughter about this because I know kids don't sit around and watch news all the time. This is coming from their parents, seeing the details about the news cases, seeing how that she was online and wasn't monitored online. And parents are telling their children, not to hang out with them and to stay away from them because their parents don't know how to take care of kids and don't know how to watch their kids, or else Nicole would be alive today. So she's getting bullied by that, and it's the parents that are causing it. And when they don't realize that, they were related, but we're her parents. We're completely different than the atmosphere that Nicole came from. We monitor our children. Our children are never allowed out of our sight, and we know where they are at all times. We know what they're doing. I know how to keep track of what they do online. I know which sites to block. I know how to keep things, keep my kids safe from the outside activities that Nicole was involved in. And my kids, unfortunately, saw, seen what happened to Nicole, and a silver lining to the tragedy was, my oldest daughter came up to me and says, Dad, I'm sorry, I fought you so much on about, you being on me about the computer and things that I do online. She says, but now that I understand, I mean, that's the silver lining out of all this. It took such a tragic incident for her to realize that, hey, I'm doing this not to be mean to her, but to try to protect her from a situation that Nicole found herself in. And parents are sitting there seeing the activities that Nicole was involved in before she died and sitting there equivocating that to my children since we're the same family, thinking that we're the same type of people when we're not, and causing kids to go to school and bully my daughter that way. So a lot of this bullying that's going on in school is not her fault. It's not hers at all. And it's frustrating me. I'm thinking of transferring her schools, especially with the sexual assault predator still being allowed to run around the halls with her. I don't like that. I mean, it was 2 months ago that we had a little incident where the sexual assault person was sitting there trying to get people to try to rape my daughter, and we caught them, and the principal caught them, and everything was caught in time, and thank goodness. So, I don't know what to do here. I'm kind of at wit's end because, if I transfer schools, that means we got to take her to school, And with our work schedules, my daughter's safety is more important. Yes, I will tell work in a heartbeat, hey, look, I'm going to be late, or I can't come in until after 8 no more because I got to take my daughter to school. If that's what it comes to, I'll do it to make sure that my daughter is protected. But she came home and said, she's been bullied, and she went to the principal, and the principal said, just ignore it, basically what we've been telling her to do. But he also added in a little extra to that, and he says, if they come up and hit you and you fight back, I still gotta suspend you too for fighting because we have a zero tolerance policy, so I have to suspend you. And she says, and she came home worried about that. She's like, so if I fight back, and I get suspended, are y'all going to be mad? No, I'm never going to be mad at my daughter for defending herself. I'm sorry, I'm not raising my kids to have a victim mentality. The victim mentality is a dangerous precedent that I feel is being set forth in society today, and I will not let my kids become a victim. No, if she fights back and she gets punished by the school, she has a vacation for however long, and she can enjoy her vacation however she wishes. Now, if she breaks the cardinal rules that I've set forth for her and swings first, then she is wrong, and she will also get punished at home along with the school punishment. I'm not going to endorse somebody causing physical violence first or destroying somebody's property first. So she knows that if she starts it, she will be punished as well. So I'm kind of in a quandary here of trying to figure out what to do about the situation. I mean, the bullying's gotten so bad that my daughter, she broke down one day. I mean, it got so bad she broke down and just started scratching herself and created physical scratches on her. She broke down in tears so hard, and the school got concerned and called in some psychiatrists, and we had to take her to a hospital. Of course, the school was only doing what they thought was best for a child, making sure that it's not a home issue. So they sent her to a hospital, and as soon as psychologists and everybody heard the situations that she's been facing with Nicole and from the guy who sexually harassed her, they understood where stresses were coming from, and they realized real quick it wasn't from their home life. So, I mean, I understand it was kind of annoying that we had to go and that we were kind of having the finger pointed at us a little bit and going, okay, well, y'all might be at fault for what your child is doing to herself. And I think that the hospital visit did scare her and made her realize that, by breaking down and scratching herself to the point back where she's actually cutting herself, that's a bad thing, because I think that scared her to the point and made her realize that she shouldn't do that, So no further lessons was needed from me and her mom, because she was terrified inside the hospital, thinking that the psychiatrists were going to take her away from her mom and dad, and that was a scary experience. That was punishment enough, I thought, in my book. I will never advocate anybody harming themselves, because I go by the old psychologist methods of thinking. If you can harm yourself, you could potentially harm others. So I think after seeing her reaction, I mean, she was broken down in tears, thinking that the psychologist was going to take her and put her into a mental institute. And she now knows, I mean, she knows for a fact, for a hard, concrete fact that, if she does this again, the psychiatrist will take her. They will put her into a mental institution. And once you go inside of a mental institution, it's really hard to get back out, because, you're taking somebody with a fragile mind, you're putting them into a mental institute to help them, but you're surrounding them by a bunch of other crazy people. The madness spreads. And it's hard to get somebody out of that system once they're in that system. So I don't want her to go into that system, and neither does she. So we think we straighten that situation out. But as far as, switching schools, I don't know. I mean, I really think that we should. There's been debate. She has friends there that she likes, that she wants to stay for. It's going back and forth in between me and the mother, and her about whether we should keep her there, or because as far as the fatherly side of me, I see a threat of safety to my child, and at each moment that I send her to school, I think something bad is going to happen. I'm just waiting on that phone call saying, well, the kid got a bunch of friends together and called her in the bathroom, and something really bad did go down. And then, no matter what, I don't care the age, I don't care, they're going to have me to deal with. They're going to have me to deal with. I don't care if the parents or anybody stands in my way. They're going to have me to deal with if that situation comes to fruition and actually happens. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? I mean, should we remove her from the school? Should we not? Let me know in the comments section below. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that the victim mentality is being taught at such a young age? I mean, do y'all agree with that? That kind of principle that our schools are setting forth, that the victim mentality is the way to play anymore? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm Mr. Anchor. Y'all have a great day.